And we're back for another one.
Give me a second.
This one is, I feel like maybe you hit record a moment too early.
Just give me a second.
So, Adam is still in setup mode, and I'm not 100% sure why we're recording right now. But here we are. So it's just me.
You seen my headphones?
Oh my! Do we need to break out the baby blues, the baby blue headphones for you?
I left everything here. How could it be gone?
So Adam's still in setup mode over here, getting stuff because we do have a guest, not in studio, but we do have a guest today. It is our buddy Cade from PSE Archery. We're going to be dialing him here in a minute, but Adam, it's good to see you. A little bit of a train wreck over here as you're continuing to set up for the podcast.
This is not my fault.
Okay.
If
all right.
somebody wouldn't have moved my headphones,
okay, here we go.
then none of this would have happened.
Okay, buddy. So we're not going to waste a lot of time today. We are going.
None of this would have happened. All there is IBC cream soda bottles around here and no headphones.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Listen, this is a well organized machine over here, okay, buddy?
Phone?
Your phone's ringing. You are the most unprofessional professional I've ever seen. Our producer is garbage at garbage.com. That's where. Okay, now you're just being annoying. Can we switch the camera? Can you reach in at least?
Just hit the number 2.
Okay, let's see. Bring it back to the actually a person that's sitting down. So is Adam's fishing? You know what?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my!
Sorry.
This is just trash. You know what?
Just call Cade.
I'm gonna get Cade on. Are you serious, bro? I'm gonna get Cade on right now. Let's hop into this. Adam, come sit down.
I found the headphones.
Oh my gosh. Let's get Cade in here. So we've been talking about it, but we got Cade with us now.
We do have Cade with us.
Our man, Cade, PSE, straight out of Tucson. Welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Speak when spoken to. So
Speak when spoken to, Cade.
Dude. Yes, stay in your lane is what I gotten out of this. So doing good, man.
That staying in your
doing
lane.
Real good.
Staying in your lane was a big part of one of our podcasts recently. I am not a handy person, Cade. Don't ever hand me a wrench or a hammer and expect the job to be done well.
Unless you're wanting him to go, kill something for you with it.
No, I could probably do that. But that's it, bud. Are you a handy guy? I mean, are you good? Are you build stuff, Cade? Can you, build a deck?
I am, yeah. That's grew up doing that with my dad. I actually built the 2 decks on my dad's house with him, so pretty handy with it.
Well, this was fun. Thanks for being on the show, Cade. We'll go ahead and close out.
See this podcast studio behind me? I put up all this baseboard.
Did you do that? It looks great.
Uh-huh.
So you're in
Thank
the
you.
office there, PSE's headquarters there in Tucson, right? Is this you're in the podcast studio that you guys have been working
in
on?
the factory here in Tucson in our podcast studio, and so things are good. I think it's sunny and about 90 degrees outside, so things are good.
Well, it's cloudy here in Oklahoma.
Still raining.
Still raining. It's beautiful, though. It's a beautiful day. No wind.
For June?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. Cade, so we just got back from an incredible trip. So PSC is one of our newest partners. We just really kind of inked our deal, I don't know, just a couple months ago. And we said we want to immediately hop in, get to know you guys, and my first animal that I was able to shoot with my bow was on this trip. But we just got back from Houston hunting with Hog Wild Adventures, and you've been to Texas how many times and not been able to kill a pig?
So I had gone on 2 previous hog hunts to Texas and didn't kill a pig, nor did I see a hog in Texas. So this was my 3rd trip, and this was going to be the last trip if I didn't even see a hog. So.
Because you almost didn't come. We had to beg you to come. You were like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be able to make it, man." And I was like, "Hey, bro, I think I think you're making a mistake.
That's one way to say it.
That's a good way to put it.
But we got you there, and just walk me through. I mean, like you haven't ever seen a pig in Texas. You show up. This is a free range. This is not some high fence hog deal. These are free range pigs. Just walk me through it, Cade.
Yeah, so, the anticipation's building because I see the videos from Noel and yourself of all these hogs, and I'm like, oh, great, same thing the last ranchers and outfitters did to me this, previous time. So not getting my hopes up. And then as soon as we pull through the gate, there's 30 hogs just right there on just one field. So I'm like, oh, we're in them, boys. Things are already looking up. And then Noel and I got to sit that first evening and waiting for you guys to show up. A little bit of traffic from you guys coming through Dallas, and we just, started that first evening, shot a hog, and from then on, I think arrows were just flying nonstop the whole weekend. Is just one way to put it. So
emptying quivers every day.
You legitimately on that second day on your stock. So you shot a pig that first night. I mean, boom, right off the bat, right? Like, I mean, you get one down first right out of the box. And then the next day, you emptied your quiver. Like, you were out of arrows in 20 minutes.
Yeah, Adam and I and Billy went out stalking, and it just seemed like pig after pig. And Billy was just, Cade, load another arrow. Shoot that hog.
Shoot,
Cade, load another arrow. And then Adam and I and Billy were, we'd finally emptied the whole quiver, shot 3 or 4 pigs. And we're walking up on one of the pigs and, taking the photos and doing the grip and grain and stuff. And some hogs come walking by, and Billy's like, hey, grab your bow, hurry, load an arrow. And I turn, I'm like, Billy, I'm out of arrows. I got nothing left to shoot.
We got to go back. We got to go back to the lodge, man.
I need more bullets.
I need to send some more down. And this is what's cool about Hog Wild Adventures is it's bow only.
Oh, yeah.
And so, anyway, I'll say this about you, Cade. You shoot a bow like you work for a bow manufacturer. You slinging them, bro. Like, you were deadly on just whacking and stacking pigs. It was just, and here's the deal. You guys went on a stalk that first morning, and me and Noel went on a stalk. And the first morning, I mean, I killed 2 pigs. You shot like 7. I don't even know. Like, you emptied your quiver. So anyway, and then what was happening is we had pigs because we weren't really that far from one another.
No.
We had pigs just falling over dead everywhere.
Yeah.
You guys walked up on one of my pigs and tried to take claim for it.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
You thought, well, there's carnage. I'm just carnaging animals everywhere.
We weren't exactly, keeping track of where they were going. We were just letting things die.
Yeah, you look like Legolas out there just smoking them.
I'll never forget it because I remember walking, because that was my first time to be out there too. And I had no reference.
Right.
Other than you said there's a lot of pigs. And when we walked out, and Cade and me and Billy are literally just sitting there, and they just keep coming and keep coming. And it's Billy looking at Cade going, get another arrow. I'll never forget it. It was insane.
Yeah. How many pigs do you think you saw in 2 days?
I wouldn't be lying if I said I saw north of 400.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's unreal. Unreal.
Yeah. Hog Wild Adventures, just north of, I mean, how far were you from the airport, Kate? Because you flew in, and what'd you have, like a 30-minute drive?
I was going to say, yeah, probably about a 30-minute ride down from the airport.
It's crazy. I mean, just pigs literally everywhere. I've never seen anything like it.
What I wanted to know, what I wanted to ask Cade was what was his mindset going into that first spot and stock? Like, when he's told, we're going to go spot and stock pigs.
Right, but you're a spot and stock guy because you grew up in California, right?
Correct, yep.
And, you live in Arizona, which is, I mean, you don't sit in a tree stand. Where are you going to put a tree stand in Arizona? Like, it doesn't fit in a cactus. You know what I mean? Like, you're a spot and stock guy. So, I mean, it was comfortable for you. Obviously, that's something that you do all the time.
Yeah.
But, obviously, it's a different terrain. Got a lot of trees, a lot more, a lot of cover. So going into it, walk us through what your thoughts were about this
like
when
we walked through that gate following Billy. What was your mind doing?
It was like looking back on it, it was almost like getting ready to walk out for the funny way to put it, walk out for a football game coming out of the tunnel. Because like you guys said, spot and stocking is what I like to do. So as soon as we walk through the gate and there's just that target rich environment, it was game on. I was like, all right, let's go. And I was thinking, let's just dump the whole quiver. Billy lets us dump the whole quiver.
Or did you have like AC/DC playing in your head?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Thunderstruck was just
Thunderstruck.
going.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, here we go, baby. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, it was just excitement and just ready to get it on. I was just ready.
And you did. I mean, you just stacked them up, and it was stinking awesome to watch.
I mean, I remember rolling. Like, I rolled the camera for like 15 minutes. It didn't stop.
Just because there's just pigs everywhere.
We just kept shooting and shooting. There's no time to even cut.
Yeah.
Like, it was just head on a swivel. Where are they coming from?
Right. Head on a swivel, just like football, man. It was awesome. And I for me, too, like I said, this was my first time. You know, I got my bow set up. I'd shot it out to 50. I felt really comfortable with it to go. And, I mean, my first stalk lasted first off, I was about 150 yards from the front door of the lodge when I shot my first pig. Like, that's how close it was. And I shot old Clubfoot, this boar, who just had a jacked up back leg, and I saw him coming across, and I said, I'm going to go kill him. And drilled him. First shot, just smoked him. Snuck up on another hog. You guys were with me on my second one. Shot another pig. Anyway, I mean, I am first off just unbelievably impressed with the new line of bows from PSE. You want to talk about that for a minute? Like, I know you guys are pumped about it too, but tell us about the new bows that are coming out.
So yeah, the bows that Brad and Noel and myself got to shoot was that new Evo EVL. Brad, I think it was shooting the 32-inch axle.
I'm shooting 32. And the reason I chose the 32, I'll just be why I went with the 32, is I'm a big dude. Like, and so we do a lot. I hunt out of a ground blind, quite a bit. I already take up a substantial amount of room in a ground blind. And then you bring a camera guy in and the equipment. And so I like to shoot a little bit more of a compact bow just because, for that reason right there, because I'm already taking up a ton of room because I'm a big dude. So that's my reason.
And that's one of the reasons too why we made the 32-inch axle to kind of cater to the Midwest and people that like shooting a shorter axle to axle and at tight knit quarters like yourself shooting out of a ground blind or a tree stand. Myself, on the other hand, I like to shoot the 34-inch axle. That's what I brought with myself. Like Brad previously mentioned, living in Arizona and hunting out here on the West, it's not uncommon to shoot a deer or an animal 60 yards. So for me, having a little longer axle to axle bow, a little bit more stable, and I just seemed like my groupings shoot a little bit decent at or better at longer yardages.
Yeah, you shoot a bow. You shoot a bow, okay. It's okay. It's. I mean, you're a decent shot. Wouldn't you say that, Adam? I mean, you sat with him. You
mediocre.
Yeah,
something like that.
I feel like if it's a 55-gallon drum at 20, he's gonna hit it. I'm just totally kidding. Like, Cade is like swacking and stacking pigs, man. Like, you pinned up a hog to the ground.
Oh yeah,
with this dude. Literally, it was spinning in circles as you pinned it to the ground.
Is that the one Is that the one you shot with that crown, Cade?
Yeah,
the one in the stand.
Yep, I think that was one of the Panda Expresses we came up with and shot. We got
to explain the Panda Express.
I know you guys sat in a blind a long time together.
So
we'll come back and talk about this bow, but we'll chase this rabbit for a minute.
Yeah.
We sat in the tree stand, a double sit, double tree stand, both nights I believe that we were there.
Yeah.
Except for the first night you sat there with Noel, and we got there the first night and it started getting dark and we really hadn't seen everything had come by us, but nothing came right in front of us. It was either way like right behind us where we just couldn't get a shot, or they were just a little bit too far. But we saw 100 pigs.
Yeah.
Just not in the right place at the right time. So it starts getting a little dark and we have this big group. They're coming. I mean, they're just right at us. And I look at Cade and I'm like, "Can you see your pins?" He's like, "I can kind of see my pins." I can kind of see my pins. So this group of pigs comes and sits down right under us. And I look over at Cade and I say, "Hey, get ready." And he's like, "Well, I can't see my pins." And I was like, "It's okay." And what did I do, Cade?
On the count of 3, we both knew it too, what he was going to do.
I
after
didn't
that.
explain anything, not a thing. And Cade, we just were on the same wavelength. But on top of the camera, I've got this little panel light that's mounted. It's really bright. And
Yeah.
I've cranked that dude up to full brightness.
Which, by the way, I just want to say is totally legal in the state of Texas.
It's
I don't want anybody to be
totally
like,
legal.
you guys are hunting it after shooting light. Well,
Yeah.
you can shoot pigs
Totally legal.
24/7, 365 in the state of Texas.
The short version is that I made sure Cade could see his pins.
You shine that light on him. Cade took
Yep.
care of him.
Yeah, on the count of 3, I just got the full draw, and then he hit 3, turned that light on, and
Your
I
pins
could see
lit
the
up.
hog
You
in
could
my
see-
pin.
I love it.
What was great, though, is it happened once, and we were like, oh, that was awesome stuff. And I believe on that one, I shot it on my iPhone because my camera couldn't even get bright enough to do it.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is the piglets. The piglets were our saviors.
They were.
They stayed.
Yeah. So all the big pigs came back.
The big pigs came back.
Yeah.
And I went, we know what to
Great,
do.
great parents.
Yes, great parents.
You know what I mean? Send your kids in first. If they live, then it's safe for us. Yeah.
But that second one is the one that we pinned to the floor.
Mm.
And it was awesome. Just
went to
sitting there
spinning.
going,
As the air just went out of her.
yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So, but that still didn't explain the Panda Express.
Well, that's what we ended up calling that move.
Oh, that's called the Panda Express.
called the
when
move-
You click a little light on.
Click the light on. We gave him the old Panda Express.
I love it. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Because Red Panda. And
no,
then,
I get that.
And then Billy actually is the one who called me the Panda Express.
Okay,
And I,
he
went,
and then
and
he
I
also
said, no, Panda Express is what we did tonight in the blind with that.
What
turning
was his
that
other
light
name?
on.
Chicken? What did he get?
What did he call me?
Chicken something.
Big chick.
Big chicken.
Big chick.
Big chick.
Big chick.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh,
I wanted
God.
to. We'll come back to Adam's ability to eat.
Big chick.
In a minute.
Oh, yep.
But Cade, so tell me more about this bow. You're shooting a 34. Talk about those some more. Sorry, we chased that rabbit there.
Yeah, so what's kind of cool about the 34, what separates it from the 32, is the 34, we're offering it with our standard, well-known EC or Evolve cam, the bigger cam, which allows the draw length to go out to 31.5. And then another option for the 34 is to get the SE cam, the small Evolve cam on there, to get a little bit more speed if you want a longer to axle. And then that cam draw length only goes out to 30.5. So you can get all the draw lengths in the 32, because that one I believe goes to 30.5 as well, if I got my numbers correct. And then if you want a bigger axle, but you don't have that long draw length and want to get the speed and the efficiency out of it, we offer it in a smaller cam as well, which is pretty cool. And then for a lot of folks, it was kind of an industry thing. A lot of consumers were asking about it. We made that integrated dovetail, so you can add that QAD integrate mounting wrist if you like that, or if that's an option for a lot of people. So something kind of cool we did. And the bows just speak for themselves. I mean, you've shot them. A lot of people are starting to shoot them, and it's a smooth draw cycle. It's a very well holding bow, and the shootability of it is just unreal. It's very good shooting bow.
I agree, man. I've been so impressed with it. Like I said, this was my first hunt, and I ran with it full draw. Like, you're talking about having an unbelievable back wall. I mean, it's spot and stalk. And so we had a group of pigs, and I knew where I was at, hiding behind this tree. The first pigs that come out are going to win me, probably, and they did. And one boar was kind of a little lazy about getting out there, and he was like at 40, and he kind of broke and was trotting with them, and I chased him at full draw, like I'm running, and that's how incredible this bow is. I'm able to run with him and then set up on him, and try to get a shot off at 50 yards, 55 yards at him. But I was able to run full draw. I mean, but anyway, it's just, I'm way impressed with the bow itself. Just incredible.
Yeah, and then kind of something similar to that. You were telling me about, your sight and how much you move it from 20 to 40, and how compared to previous bow models and how fast or flat these ones shoot.
Well, yeah. So when I was sighting it in, so I have a Tetra HHA single pin. And I get that dude locked in 20 yards. I mean, I'm just pinwheeling it. Perfect, bud. And so I back up to 30, and, I've done all my sighting in, and I move 10 yards, so I adjust my pin. And I shoot over the top of my target, and I stick it in a tree. And I'm like, okay. Well, so I go back to at 30. I dial it back down like I shoot it at 20. Pinwheel it, perfect. Like no adjustments. All right. So now I'm like, all right. Well, I know I'm good for 1 to 30. Just hanging in there. So I back up to 40, and so I'm like, all right, I'll adjust at 10 here. I adjust at 10, and I hit like the very top of my target, like barely stopped it. And I'm like, what the heck? And so I just adjust it 5 yards. I just do a 5-yard adjustment all the way back to 40. Pinwheel it, perfect. Just sitting there and just driving them, perfect. Just adjusting at 5 yards. So I go back to 50, and at 50 I'm adjusting at 10 yards and just dropping them in. And I'm like, I've never had a bow shoot this flat at this distance. And I'm just way impressed.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm way impressed with them. I mean, if people haven't shot them, I mean, what you guys are doing with this line it's just freaking awesome, man. I can't say enough about it.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying them, and the team is too. That's good to hear.
Yeah. And so let's talk about this mule deer you shot this year, bud.
Yeah. So
just a stud.
Thank you. So in Arizona, if folks aren't familiar with it, in previous years, kind of changing up this year, but you can get your hunting license and hunting tag for an over-the-counter archery tag at the start of every new year. So you can get it January 1st, and then a lot of the units or most of the units are either open half of the month of January or open the second half of the month of January or the whole month. And then if you don't tag out or kill a deer in January, you can usually hunt the August season and then the December season. So usually Arizona allows 3 archery seasons. But the catch is you can only shoot 1 deer a year in Arizona. So you can hunt January, and if you don't kill, you can put in for the archery application and try and draw a tag. But if you draw a tag and then you kill a deer on your tag hunt, then your over-the-counter tag no longer, goes away.
Okay.
So every start of the year, or I shot a deer last October, and then so I had to wait until January to come around. And then the rut's in January in Arizona, which is kind of unique and nice. So get to my hunting spot, hunted it all January, saw some really good bucks, blew a couple of stocks, and then it was January 30th, so I only had 2 days left. And I got my roommate, who's my hunting partner. We go to this spot every weekend or every afternoon. And then this weekend, he decided to go with another buddy of ours and go check out a different area that they had never been to. So there's only 2 days left of hunting season, and they're going to go check out a new area. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go back to the spot where we've been seeing bucks and all that. And I text my roommate, and I was like, David, I'm on a big buck. Like, you should have been here. And he says, good luck, go shoot him. And 20 minutes later, I'm calling him frantically, telling him that I just double-lunged a stud buck. And sure enough, he opted to leave his area and come help me out. But, yeah, I shot a 116-inch mule deer by myself on the second to last day of the January hunt.
Took it to the wire. Boy. We'll throw a picture up. I'm going to steal that off your Facebook, if you don't mind. Cool. And I'll put it up for those that watch on YouTube so they can see that mule deer. So yeah, man, big time congratulations on that. That was awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll never forget it. It was quite the morning out solo. So
that's awesome. So we'll kind of hop back over to our hog hunt. You got to witness something in just north of Houston, Texas. You got to see Adam go full food rampage. You saw it firsthand, Cade.
I have never seen someone eat that many ears of corn like I witnessed that night.
He put a hurting on the corn, but it wasn't just the corn.
It was not just the corn either.
It was
where I got my new nickname from.
Yeah, that's where Billy began to call you
Big Chick,
because you ate a whole chicken.
There's a lot of chicken.
You ate a whole chicken, and then you had 4 ears.
It was really good.
It was good chicken. I would say this: we ate very well while we were in Texas. Like the steaks that you cooked Saturday night.
They were really good.
They were a great steak. The baked potatoes. Sorry, Cade, this segment of the podcast is brought to you by Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad. It's a railroad goes by our studio. And so we always take a break to thank them, though
for
they don't officially.
For their little toot that they give us.
Their unofficial sponsorship of our podcast. We don't have a choice, so we just embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Anyway, the steaks though were excellent. You did a great job. The fajitas you made. You weren't all. Yeah, you didn't like the seasoning.
I did not like the seasoning.
They're a little limey.
They were not a little limey. They were like someone made the meat out of limes. That's what it tasted like.
So Cade, we talk all the time about Adam ventures into sketchy food, sketchy places, quite often. And I would say we ventured into a sketchy food situation in Houston.
Paid off.
We stopped at a roadside shrimp place. It was just
seafood.
It was.
They had crawfish. They had shrimp. They had catfish, boiled or fried.
And we stopped and we picked up.
We picked up 2 pounds of shrimp, pound of boiled, pound of fried. Cade, was it worth it?
It was so worth it. You crushed it on that one.
Thank you,
It was
Cade.
unreal how good that shrimp was.
But that was one of those that could have went either way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
that's
it
the
was
beauty of the
literally.
shade.
It was.
It's the beauty of the shade.
It's a beauty of the shadiness.
It is.
Yeah. Because it had the vibe of shady.
It had the vibe of salmonella a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's sign me up. Sign me up.
So, Cade, would you venture into if Adam says, "Listen, because you got to spend a lot of time with Adam this week for the good and the bad." Here's the deal. I'm glad that we're having.
It was all good.
I'm
Cade,
glad.
was there any bad?
No, hold on. I'm glad that we're having this conversation because we've done the hunt. If he would have denied and said, "No, I'm not interested in going on," I would have known, when this year's contract is over, we're probably not going to continue with PSE because Adam,
Because I ruined it.
yeah, your coyote gut maybe in the tree, your gas was so horrible.
He was spooking the hogs a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that.
I was trying to see if it would maybe pull him in,
You draw him in.
Something over there died. We need to go eat that.
But Cade, if Adam said to you, because you spent some time with him, he said, "I got a place I need to take you to eat." What's the name of it again, Adam? You know where I'm going. What's the name of it? What's the
You're not talking about China Pearl, are you?
No, not talking about China Pearl. It got closed. There's a really bad Chinese buffet place in Lake Wells, Florida, and it just got shut down this week by the health department. No, what's the Polo Loco?
El Pollo Loco.
El Pollo Loco. All right, Adam says, "I'm going to take you to El Pollo Loco." It's a Guatemalan chicken place. And you pull up, and it's first off, in a horrible part of town. It's in a strip mall with zero signage.
There's a sticker on the door when you walk in.
That's all there is.
That's all
no
you got.
signage. And it's next to a club, like a bar that,
like a dance club.
like a dance club. And it's one of those clubs that if you show up, they're like, "Do you have a gun or knife?" And you're like, "No." And they hand you a gun or knife. Says, "Well, you're going to need it when you go in here." Rough sketch place. And Adam says, "Cade, I want to take you to eat here." You pull up, you see it. Are you going in with him?
I think I am.
Yeah?
I think I am. Just from the shrimp that showed up on the deck in the sketchy white bag to turning out to be that good. To him cooking, I would trust it. I would trust the panda.
Okay.
You gotta trust the red panda.
Yeah.
But I have got sick from you one time.
Yeah, but if you gotta ride or die.
Well, I almost died. He took me to a sketchy Mexican place that I shouldn't have went in when the sign to the place had fallen over and was laying across 3 parking spots in the parking lot, and they didn't care. We went in at like 12:40, perfect time for lunch, and we were the only people in. I should have known. Don't do it.
Cade, it was excellent food, and I was totally fine.
Cade, I vomited for 3 days. So, take it for what it will.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. That's it. Anyway, so Cade, you got any trips coming up for this fall, bud?
So I got some cool stuff lined up. Headed to Utah to do an early archery mule deer hunt. And then right after followed after that, I'm headed to New Mexico to do a archery mule deer hunt, which is pretty sweet. And then my father, who I haven't got to hunt with in a couple of years, drew a elk tag in his home state of Montana. So I think I'm flying up there to go elk hunting with him in November, which will be pretty awesome.
So you're just pack muling. You're just
Yep.
you're just a meat man, just carrying.
Oh yeah, yep. So
that's awesome.
yeah, what about you guys? What do you guys got cooking up for the fall?
Well, number one, we want you to come to Oklahoma. So we got to find some time. We're October 1 through January 15th, buddy. We got to find a spot in there, and we want you to come bow hunt with us. So that's number one. So we got to figure that out. But we've got a couple things. I'm going to do into August. I'm going to Wyoming, and I'm going to bow hunt for antelope with AA Outfitters up there just outside Gillette. So super pumped about that. I am going to New Mexico, and I'm going to elk hunt.
Ooh.
I'm super pumped. Got a landowner permit that was not cheap. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, but I'm going to do it. I've killed elk. I've killed elk with a bow, but I've not ever killed just a really, really big elk. And so this is like bucket list for me hunt. You know what I mean? Like
that inspire you.
I was gonna say Adam kills a big elk, and
you know what?
He's got to one up me, Cade.
You know what? No matter how much it costs, I can't let the red panda beat me. You know what I mean?
Adam, less than 20 minutes in, Adam already has a hog on the ground when he's hunting.
Yeah, we went in and told him.
Well, we didn't even talk about your spot and stock.
Yeah.
You didn't even show up thinking you were going to hunt.
No, I had no expectation. I'd never have expectation to go and hunt. I'm doing a different kind of shooting, you know?
Yeah, you're shooting with a camera.
Shooting camera.
But we had a crossbow there.
Yeah.
Kind of on a whim. And I ran the camera. And
yeah.
We made it happen, Captain.
Switched it and made it happen.
Yeah, so you even killed a pig on the hunt.
It was fun.
Yeah, how many did Noel kill? Oh, poor Noel. He listens to all our podcasts, too.
Poor Noel.
Yeah, he had a rough day.
He was on the struggle bus.
He was. He missed a couple times.
When you're on the struggle bus, it's hard to get off the struggle bus.
Yeah, poor guy.
Poor guy.
We won't dive into that. Poor guy. I don't want to beat a man when he's down, you know?
Yeah, he did kill a good stick.
He did. He shot that stick and got great penetration.
He did.
Yeah.
It was a mature log.
It was a mature log. Somebody said
Cade, I believe. That was a real mature log.
Yeah, you got to mount that. You got to get that mounted. Totally for sure. But anyway, so I'm going to go do that in New Mexico. I'm super excited about that. And then I'm going to hunt in Texas, whitetail in Texas again. And then I'm going to go to Sonora, Mexico, and I'm going to do a mule deer hunt again. Possibly a coos as well, which is one of my favorite. I need to plan that I come in like a day or two early. I've never been to the PSE factory before, and so I fly into Tucson. We should totally make that a part of the trip.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun.
Yeah, we need to make sure that happens. That'd be a blast. I show up and I like lay it all out, and Cade just like they lock the door. Like, sorry, buddy.
We got this guy coming. Shoot on sight. Shoot on sight.
We're not letting this guy in.
Safety's off.
Safety's off, boys. So I'm doing that, and then Lord willing, Adam.
Yeah. Don't even talk about it. If you talk about it.
No. We got to say it. Me and you're going to Africa.
No, now we're not. You talked about it.
That's the plan. We're going to go bow hunt Africa. Have a blast. Bring a bow. We'll bring a gun too, but I mean, we're going to go have a good time. I've never been. Cade, you ever been to Africa?
I have not. No, it's on the bucket list to get out there.
So we'll talk even a little bit here about how our relationship started. I told you this the other day. Like, how did Final Descent Outdoors connect to PSE? Because here's the deal. Like, even though we've been around a long time, this is our 11th year. Longest running TV show on the Pursuit Channel, all that stuff. It's still hard because the marketing department of these companies, y'all get just overwhelmed. I mean, people sending you a message on social media, and it's just, all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's my least favorite part of what we do is like trying to begin a relationship with somebody. It's the worst. Anyway, I caught wind that Pete, the founder of PSE, was in Oklahoma and that he was bow hunting. And that it was like 20 minutes from my family's ranch in western Oklahoma. And so I just showed up. Like just on a whim, just showed up. And Pete comes in from hunting, and there's just some random guy hanging out in the lodge. And I introduced myself. We started talking. Sat down for like 2.5 hours. Pete tell incredible stories. The dude is just a archery legend. I mean, what he's been able to, hunting. I heard about him hunting in Africa. He told a great story about this elephant. He was shooting a bow outside of the lodge. And there's this bull elephant that kept walking between him and his target. And he would like walk over and he'd like push it back, like literally walking up to this elephant, like back up, like pushing on it, and it would back up and he'd pull his arrows and he'd go back and he'd shoot and he'd walk in front. He does this like 3 times. Anyway, all of a sudden this PH, one of his guys comes running with a gun. They're like, back up, Pete, get away, back up. And he's like, what? This is this tame elephant hanging out here at the lodge. And they're like, he's not tame. We actually have been having problems with him. He's actually very aggressive. He's been just like walking up to him, pushing him back. Great story. Anyway, started visiting with him. Gave me a card, said, hey, email me, passes me on to folks. And then we land with Cade, and here we are. So pretty cool how it all kind of started.
How it all rolled together.
Yeah. So we're super pumped about being a part of, an ambassador for PSE and what direction it's headed.
Yeah, we're super pumped to have you guys on board and to keep doing what you guys are doing. So.
Yeah, man, we're excited about it. So anyway, but honestly, Cade, you got to come to Oklahoma. You got to come, bud.
You let me know when you got a free weekend or a couple of days, or when you think would be best, or
what works best for you? You a weekend guy? Does that work better for you? Or at PSC, are they like, oh, you're going to, it's working with one of our media folks. Is that like you're on the job, or how's that viewed?
It's
is that just the boss's discretion?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of just hit or miss. If sometimes it's a thumbs up. Sometimes I can't necessarily say like today randomly got pulled into a meeting at 8:30 and it went to 9:15. So weekends usually work best. Kind of like what I did, fly out on like a Thursday kind of thing, and then hunt through the weekend. But I can make anything work. So
yeah, I love it, dude. We got to make that happen, man. Got to make it happen. We
Yeah,
want you to come to Oklahoma because we have just the amount of. Like I told you, it's not uncommon to see anywhere from 30 to 100 deer in a sit.
It's not a lie.
Yeah, it's crazy. We just have a lot of whitetail and a few pigs. So every once in a while,
every now and then,
yeah, we'll shoot a pig too. Mm-hmm. So we need to make that happen. Cade, brother, thanks so much for coming on the podcast today with us.
Yeah. Brad, Adam, thanks for having me, man. It's always fun talking with you guys and smiling and laughing. So
we really had a blast this weekend.
We miss you already, Cade.
I do. I miss you, Cade.
I miss you.
And this is another thing. Let's just plan. Not only I want you to come hunt with us in Oklahoma. We got to make this thing in Houston an annual thing. This has to be Final Descent Outdoors, PSE, hog whacking and stacking. It just needs to be just a thing that we do every year.
Oh yeah.
You down with that, buddy?
Yeah. I'm super down with that. I think we should. Yeah.
Can we
call it Billy penciling in for next year?
Can we go when there's not mosquitoes the size of a 747?
I would prefer that.
Because I saw you had your shirt off, and your back, dude, Cade's back was just welts, giant mosquito. Well, it looked like you'd been stabbed in the back with a number 2 pencil. There's some big mosquitoes, like a syringe in you, just sucked the blood.
I'm still itching today.
Are you?
Yeah.
They looked at you and they thought, this Tucson boy, he's got the sweet meat. You know what I mean? We're gonna
good stuff.
It's rare. It's a rare thing.
We don't see this often.
We don't see this Arizona meat, very often, and they hammered on you.
Oh, they did.
That was the only drawback to the whole thing was just the amount of mosquitoes. But man, talk about being a fan of a thermocell. I've never
yeah,
that was the savior. Yeah. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
If you didn't have something on keeping the mosquitoes away, it was almost unbearable.
Not almost. It was completely and wholly unbearable. I would not sit there without the thermocell sitting there beside me.
Couldn't do it.
No,
Yeah.
ain't happening.
So
Ain't
that
happening.
we just need to make that an annual thing. So if you'll come back and hog hunt, which I can't imagine, like Cade's like, well, you know what, I shot 11 hogs or 13 hogs, whatever you shot. I don't
Scratch
even know.
that one off the bucket
You know,
list.
yeah, I'm done. I don't ever want to go there again. It was
Yeah, I saw
mediocre.
I'm good.
Yeah, it was mediocre time.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. I really don't care to watch Adam. You're like, you know what? Only reason I'd go back, see if Adam can eat 5 ears of corn. You know, maybe he's got it in.
He ate 5 pieces of corn. If he can do 5 pieces of corn, 5 chicken thighs, and 2 chicken breasts.
I want to see you eat a live chicken. I think you could do it. Like I think you just track it down, run it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's plan on that. So we're gonna do an Oklahoma whitetail hunt. We got to get you to come with us, and then I want you to we're just gonna make that an annual thing. You fly into Houston, we pick you up, and we just go
Lay it down.
slaughter. But let's do that like in March,
Yeah.
Preferably.
when the mosquitoes are not so bad.
Eagles.
Eagles, exactly. They're coming in. Caw-caw! It's just landing on you.
I'm telling you.
Rough time. So anyway, Cade, thanks so much, man, for coming on with us. We're so excited. So if people, first off, there may be some folks out there be like, this Cade guy, he's a good-looking guy. He's a heck of a bow hunter out here. Cade, where could people find you on social media?
They can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and my handle is pretty easy. It's c.tro, so c.tro.
C.tro. I love it. The C-tro. And then let's talk about just PSE, man. Somebody wants to, find a dealer. They want to go on PSE's website. Give me kind of lowdown for people, where they can find you, PSE on social media. And then also if they're interested in learning more about, all your products, man. You guys got bow fishing bows. You guys got crossbow. You got a ton of stuff. Tell us about where people can go and learn more about PSE.
Yeah, so if you find us on Instagram, I believe it's PSE Bows, and if you want to see our target page, it's PSE Target, and then I believe it's PSE Bows on Facebook as well. If you go to our website, it is just psearchery.com. You'll be able to go through. We have a tab that says find dealer, and you just punch in your zip code and then your mile radius, 25 to 100 miles, and it'll populate which dealers or PSE dealers are in the area, and then supply you with their address and phone number. And then, like Brad said, we offer everything from recurve bows to entry-level recurve bows, youth recurve bows, all the way up to target recurve, and then across the board for bow fishing. We have all that, the full accessories for all bow fishing, and then from starter bow, from a PSE bow, all the way up to the high-end carbon. Essentially, PSE, we make a bow for everyone, no matter how much monetary money you want to spend or your skill level. So we make a bow for everyone and a price point for everyone.
No, you guys really do, and that is one of the cool things is that you have a high-end bow for a guy that's hey, he's avid with it, you know what I mean, like he's in. But you guys also, like you said, you've got great starter packages with bows too, which is really, really cool. So somebody that's new trying to get into it, like, man, I just have a hard time spending that much money getting in. You guys have a bow for the guy to say, hey, am I going to enjoy this? And they also have bows, Adam, that will go down to like 40 pounds, because I know sometimes you struggle pulling that heavy weight.
Hey, I pulled your 80-pound bow back and shot it. I was real proud of myself. Couldn't do it again. One and done.
It. But I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job.
You
been lifting?
No.
Just all adrenaline.
Just pure.
You tapped into
I think honestly
that 1/16 Quapaw Indian in you.
Yeah.
You just felt it.
I think what happened was I thought it was like a 70-pound. Like in my head, it was a lighter bow than it was. So I was like, no big deal. But if it was like 80, I'd be like, oh, you can't do this.
Oh, so it was just mental.
It was all mental.
Yeah.
It was all mental.
Yeah. You know what you needed?
What?
Thunderstruck plan.
Yep.
Just like Cade was walking through that gate to go shoot those pigs. It's a mental game, bro. It's 90% mental, 10% physical.
It is.
All right, Cade, we got some hunts lined up that we're going to be doing together. We'll get together on some dates on that. Thanks so much, man, for coming on, being a part of the podcast. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of the PSE family. And I mean that. Like, I don't take that lightly. PSE is a unbelievable brand, unbelievable reputation, and it is an absolute honor to have the opportunity to represent it and be an ambassador for it, and I mean that. And so, man, thanks for not, thanks for returning my email and my phone call.
Oh yeah, likewise. I appreciate you guys being a part of the team, and I greatly appreciate the invite out to Texas. And like you said, we're gonna make Oklahoma happen. So I've never shot a whitetail. That's another thing I haven't shot yet.
Stop it.
So I shot one, and we never recovered him. So hate to admit that, but it happened. So I've never killed a whitetail.
That, buddy, is
We can fix that.
We can fix that.
Yes, we can.
Oh my! I am so pumped now.
Yeah.
Like, you've never killed a pig. You've never, bro. I'm
Yep.
so pumped. Okay, like, I'm gonna shoot you an email. Like, we're getting dates locked in. This is happening. I'm so pumped. Like, Cade, really bad things will have to happen for you to leave Oklahoma without killing a whitetail. At least multiple does. Even if we don't get you a buck, like, you will kill whitetail.
I'm in.
I mean, bad things would have to happen. I mean, I can't even imagine what. Like, I don't even know what would happen for that not to be able to happen. I mean, it's going to take place.
It would have something. I was trying to come up with something.
I can't even think of anything. Like, a nuclear bomb went off at Raiden, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it just killed them all. That's the only thing I can think.
You just had both legs amputated.
Yeah, I can get you wheel me
just
to the
roll
honey.
out there.
I'll wheel me to the honey hole.
hole.
We're gonna make that happen. Cade, thanks so much for being on, buddy. I appreciate you. And we need to do this again. Cade was a fun
guy to have on the old podcast.
Yeah, he was. So thank you so much, Cade.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, buddy.
All right, you guys take care.
Dude, I like that guy.
He's all right. Sit in a stand with him a bunch. You'll kind of start changing your opinion.
Oh, lies.
I did
Lies,
like Cade.
lies.
We just sat there, and I remember the first night before we got to do the Panda Express, we were just, because like you said, like, there's so many pigs.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the stand surrounded by 200 pigs all around you, and the temptation to get down.
Were you ever nervous? Was there a moment that you got nervous when we were just doing spot and stalk?
Yes.
Was there several?
There was one distinct moment. I believe you were nervous about it too. I had a loaded crossbow. All you had was a camera.
Yeah.
We were in the back, and Noel was hunting, and we came up on the two
boars.
big 250-pound boars.
Yeah, they were big dudes.
They were big
pigs.
boars.
Yeah.
Both of them coming right at us. Mm-hmm. And what did you say to me?
I said, in that moment we squatted down and they were working their way to us, I found the tree I was going to climb.
What's funny is because you told me that later. I bet you we would have been fighting them. we should have communicated.
I'd
like,
have pushed your butt out. I'd have shoved your butt down. Listen, if I'd pushed my grandma down to get away from a snake, can you imagine what I'd do to you?
Hey, all I know is I think I'm just a little bit faster than you. If I could get up there first.
You think you're faster than me?
I'm 100% faster than you.
You really think you're
110% faster than you. 110%.
We'll be back.
We can't do it right now.
Why?
We're in the middle of a podcast.
The people want to know.
Where are we going to go?
In the yard.
How far are we going to go? And these people need to know the parameters that are about to be comparative.
Here's the deal. This is happening. We're going to race. Okay.
Well, it has to be on film at least.
No, we got to film it. And we're going to race.
No, 100%.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun.
I'm really fast for a fat guy.
I'm fast for a fat guy.
I believe it.
I ran a 4.89.
That's great. When?
250 pounds.
When?
22 years ago.
What happened to the end of the season? Oh, Brad and Adam couldn't finish it because
they
have
both pulled hamstrings. Their hamstrings ripped apart.
They both exploded out of the back of their legs.
Yeah, you know who I don't want to race? Cade.
No, I don't want to race Cade.
He played college football, was a wide receiver in college.
Yeah, not even going to touch that.
Nah, I'm not going to catch him.
Not even going to touch that.
I mean, I'd chase him, but I ain't going to catch him.
No.
You know.
That's what rocks were for.
You know who I think I could outrun? Noel.
Yeah.
I outrun Noel.
I can outrun Noel. So.
Yeah, I think so. What about 100%. Billy? Billy might surprise you.
Billy might be he's a little wiry.
He's a little older guy, but he looks like he could. He's got a little squirrel to him. You know what I mean? Like he'd surprise you. You'd be surprised how fast a squirrel is.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, but they can move it.
They can move it when they need
I think
to
Billy's
move
kind of a squirrel.
I agree.
Kind of squirrel, just run fast.
I think Billy less squirrely or less fast, but I bet that dude could get up a tree.
I bet he can too. You know, he leads those spot and stalks all the time. You know he's had some hairy moments.
I bet that dude can get up a tree with no branches.
Yeah,
just like a black bear.
But back to that. I mean, there was a couple moments, especially those two big boars, that I was like, oh boy, I have no weapon. Mm-hmm. I am just going to climb a tree.
The only other moment besides that one that kind of freaked me out was when we were on my spot and stalk, and we were next to that giant hay pen, and
that was wild.
We saw one in there.
She stood up. One pig stood up.
Like that, and like 15 stood up and just went in every direction.
Oh, yeah, they ran out of that hay pen.
That was a sketchy.
And yours was in there, the one you shot, and it came out the corner.
One went the wrong way.
It did. It stepped out in front of you, and you ran a rift.
Right through it.
Right in that pig.
Right through it. Quartered away, in through the top, out through the bottom.
Beautiful. Great job.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Anyway, that was a great trip with Cade, and we got to do it again, just not when it's so hot like we talked about.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. You know what? We saved this pig hunt for an episode. Yeah. It's going to air this season. It's going to be one of the first ones out of the box too. So we got to get after it. And by we, I mean you. By the way, we need that one done. Chip chop chip. Chip chop chip. Anyway, so we're save this episode, and we're doing like 3/4 of an episode, kind of centered around this pig hunt. And we do that first half of it's alligators, back half of it is these pigs. And the thing is that for Cliff, with 5L Outfitters in Florida, where we hunt alligators, and Billy, I mean, both of these animals are viewed as nuisance animals. Mm-hmm. And so it's really kind of the thing is that if you give, like with pigs, like pigs have become such a problem in our country, and people don't realize it. We stopped by Texas Hog Baits on the way down.
Yeah.
Right? We visited my buddy there. And he's a really funny follow on TikTok because he has all these people. He's got a bunch of trapping videos, like showing them trapping pigs, and they load them up and haul these pigs to these like high fence places that are hunting them. And he's selling them. But he makes baits to attract pigs. And we got to see it firsthand. Like you really did. Like they piled
that peanut butter.
Oh yeah. They love that peanut butter.
That peanut butter.
Yeah, they couldn't handle that peanut butter attractant.
Oh, we pinwheeled that pig.
I
to
knew
the
it was
ground.
good. I knew it was good when I woke up at 3:30 in the morning and you were eating a bowl of it.
Oh, this was a hog bait?
Yeah, you were just eating a bowl of his peanut butter. Texas hog bait peanut butter.
I thought it was cereal.
Yeah, you were just pounding it.
Milk on it.
Yeah, you had it mixed into a bowl of milk. I knew it was good then. Just kidding. Adam did not eat the pig attractant.
I thought about trying it.
Yeah, it was that rampage. For Friday night, you probably would have.
I probably would have ate it.
Yeah,
put it on the chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what would have been good on those fajitas. Anything would have been better than what you put on there.
Anything would have helped.
It was just so limey.
I'm going to go on record and say that Noel bought that seasoning.
Okay.
It's Noel's fault.
All right. We can blame Noel for that.
It's not the fact that I didn't taste it before we seasoned it. Mm-hmm. Just, it's Noel's fault in general.
Yeah. There you go, Noel.
Sorry, Noel. We threw him on the bus once, so let's just...
Yeah, it's just... He wasn't dead yet, so we threw him under again. You know what I mean? Got to put him down. Put him out of his misery. Anyway, but here's the deal about these pigs, man. People don't realize pigs have become such a problem. And if you don't live in states that battle pigs, the USDA spends...
You're going too soon.
Yeah, you probably will. But the USDA spends $20 million a year battling hogs. Mm-hmm. Flying in helicopters, trapping, whatever it is. And people don't realize how fast a hog can reproduce and the amount of offspring that they can put off. Like, to maintain the number of pigs on your property, you have to kill 80% of the pigs on your property to maintain the number. And that's like, how is that possible? Because they just, every 3 months, dude, they're popping a litter. You know,
every 3 months.
They're having 3 litters a year. Mm-hmm. These sows.
And how many per litter?
Oh man, anywhere from 6 to 12.
Yeah.
You know, and you just do the math that in an 8-year lifespan, this sow has put out. You know, if you take her and you put her at the top of the pyramid, and you start taking her babies that she has, and then those babies start having the babies, and you pyramid down. So, you know, one sow can be responsible for up to 16,000 offspring.
That's
One
crazy.
sow. One sow. So it's a huge problem, right? And so, you know, Hog Wild Adventures, it's fun, but you're also helping solve a problem, you know, and getting some bacon in the process.
Yeah.
Okay? A lot of fun. But here's the deal. Relating this back to a spiritual matter from a spiritual aspect.
Is that what we do here?
That's kind of what we do when we close out these
Yeah.
episodes. I immediately thought of just how something so small, when left unchecked, can become something really big.
It's true.
With sin in our life, right?
Mhm.
Just something small can be like, it's not that big. It can lead to something really, really big and out of control if we don't keep it in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think about how this hog situation has become an issue where they're like, it's a major problem. And in the same thing, man, Satan wants to take something small, get his foot in the door, because Satan's in the game of give him an inch, let him take a mile. And so he wants to do that. He wants to take from you and take from you. And so in this situation, that's the case, man. Like, he is wanting to take a mile if you'll give him an inch. So something small can turn into something huge. And that can be all kinds of, you know, it can be sexual sin. Dude, it can be greed, anger.
They can
right?
be keeping up with the Joneses.
Keeping up with the Joneses, right? It can be any of those things. Keeping up with the Carters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got that above ground pool, and I'm jealous, man.
Oh, gosh.
You got that thing put together yet?
There's a lot of things that are going to have to be done before that.
Well, you call me when it's set up, and I'll be over there. Okay? I'll float around in it. You know what I mean?
Podcast from the pool.
That'd be awesome. Let's
Poolside
do it.
podcast.
I think it electrocuted.
Remember Brad and Adam?
Yeah, they died in a podcast.
It was crazy. They couldn't swim because their legs were gone from running that race, and on top, they got electrocuted.
Oh, the peasant juice burned.
That peasant root beer just got you. But no, I agree. Like, it is that you give Satan an inch, he's going to take a mile. If you give him a foothold, which I believe is the scriptural word for the whole thing, is giving him a foothold. We don't want to give sin a foothold.
That's right.
Because a foothold leads to the next point of the climb.
And that's what I appreciate about our relationship, is that we're not just friends. We're not just business associates. It's a point. Good point. Yeah. We're not just business buddies. There's an accountability aspect to our relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I'm able to have those conversations with you, and we're able to do that, and we do it often. And it's big. It's big time for us.
It's great because, like you said, you know, you don't want kind of the biggest problem with all of this is, you say, like, we don't want to give Satan an inch. We want to keep him in check. We don't want to give him that stuff. But then the question becomes how.
Right.
How.
Yeah.
And we've talked multiple times about there's no such thing as a lone wolf Christian.
There's not.
There's no such thing as a do it by yourselfer. Like, it's just not going to happen. You're not strong enough.
That's right.
And the only way you are even remotely strong enough on your own is not by your own power.
That's right.
But you have to have that accountability, that check. And we've talked about the pit multiple times. Like, you got to have that person that can pull you out of the pit or can see you falling into the pit.
Yep.
And stop you.
Yeah.
Or catch you, any of those things.
Yeah. I had a hard conversation with you today.
Yeah. And it's all about just hearing what somebody says and trying just to point them back to Jesus.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like when we talk today, even in those moments, you're like, oh, I know the answer.
Yeah.
Like, I know the answer is I need to fill up more with Christ.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows, like, that's the answer.
Yeah.
But in the moment, you're just like,
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Like, I get it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is the truth. And
that's why it's important for us to have accountability in our life, the people that we're able to have those type of conversations with. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that I can go to Adam and you don't judge me, and vice versa. You know, I don't want to sit here and just pick on me because you're stupid too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stupid every now and then.
Yeah, right.
Much less than you, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to even argue that. You're right. Anyway, but we're able to have that relationship with one another, and able to call one another and say, "Hey, man, I know this has been a struggle. You've been in a pit, or this has been a struggle, or this has been a struggle, or I know you've had this going on in your life. Want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Yeah, check in on you. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of relationship we have, and I appreciate it. And so I'm going on record and telling everybody I appreciate Adam.
Let's just sit on that for a minute. Just a little longer. We get time.
Man, we gave more to this than we did the China Pearl closing.
Is that like a bad thing?
No. I just wanted to point it out.
I appreciate you too, buddy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you appreciate me.
We have a great relationship. It's really cool to see how you can be friends with somebody, business partner, all those other things, and the only reason any of it all works is because we know that we keep Jesus at the center of all of it. And
not all the time, but we try to recenter ourselves. Yeah, sometimes we forget.
Sometimes, unfortunately, it's part of it.
Yeah, but here's the deal: that doesn't slow us down. We fight back on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, well,
it's been a good one.
This is a fun podcast. Glad we had Cade on to visit with us. You know who wants to be on the podcast with us next?
Who's that?
Matthias, my son.
The old Matthias.
Matthias.
As they say in the Canadas.
Moofry.
Yes.
Yep. So maybe we'll have that. Maybe we can make that happen. It'd be kind of fun.
It would be fun.
Let's see what happens. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, Adam, how can people find you if they're looking for you on social media?
You can find me at Hurley Films, HearlyFilms, and we got a YouTube channel. That's probably your most easy way to find current activity in my life.
Yeah, because if somebody messages you or something, give you 2 weeks.
Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah, because you don't do the media as often.
No, trying to get better.
You're trying to do better at it.
Trying to get better.
If you want to find me, you can find Final Descent Outdoors in lots of places. You can find us on Instagram, FD Outdoors on Instagram. You can find Final Descent Outdoors on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, FD Outdoors, and then you can also find me on TikTok, BradClay_FDO.
And you can go to the website and get some cool merch.
You can. You could go to FinalDescentOutdoors.com, learn more about us. We got this shirt right here. This is one of my favorite shirts.
This is classics.
This is one of the classics. It's super soft.
It is super soft.
But it doesn't hug you like a fat guy.
No,
you know what I mean? It's one of those soft shirts, but it does it hug you.
It's not a schmedium.
It's not a schmedium. No. Anyway, so great podcast today. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
Maybe.
I think there's a good chance we'll do it again.
Probably.
We'll go
with probably.
We'll go probably.